What do you say, baseball fans? Rye Bread talking baseball, episode 25. Bad beats for your boy yesterday. Again. The American League East-West Showdown rolls on. Exciting matchups tonight. And we're checking in on those rubber match series that we highlighted yesterday. So the bad beat marches on. The Brewers come back and beat the Dodgers in extras. Okay, that's fine. And then the next day, you're one pitch away. A mistake to Zimmerman, and that game's done. And then you head out last night. Of course, I had Philly. It's been crazy. You can't be this close to red hot and ice cold at the same time, but I am. And I'm staying with the strategy. I found another inflated number today. Marquez at Colorado hosting San Francisco. It's even money. Sanchez at Marquez, sure, maybe Marquez a little bit better. But at Coors Field, you can wash that out. That's a draw for me. And I know there's travel involved, but the Giants are significantly better than the Rockies. And to get even money on that game, I think that's a nameplate inflation, and that's what I look for. I like that price. Even money on the Giants, I'll take it. And then I'm taking another one. I'm so ice cold, I might as well bet two, right? The Dodgers are at the Cubs, and of course, it's really hard to bet the Dodgers on the money line, especially after they woke up yesterday. They've got Bueller on the hill. Of course, it looks really favorable for the Dodgers today, and that's why the number's minus 195 or something. So it's a fool's errand. But if you parlay that with Dane Dunning, and the Texas Rangers, your Texas Rangers, coming in hot off a 3 out of 4 set with the hottest team in baseball, Boston Red Sox. Man, the Red Sox ran into a buzzsaw. They were probably looking past that a little bit. But if you're the Rangers, you're feeling good heading into this series at Minnesota. And Minnesota has Maeda. Maeda's a quality major league pitcher. I mean, he's a pro, but he doesn't scare anybody. He definitely doesn't go deep into games, and that's the biggest knock against Dunning. I've watched both of these guys this year, at least 2 starts for Dunning and 2 for Maeda. Dunning right now has the better stuff. So you get the pitcher with the better stuff, a short porch in right field. How many bombs is Gallo going to hit this series? I'm taking the over-under at 3. And then you've got Brock Holt's mustache. The ghost of Roncey lives in Brock Holt's mustache, and the guy's not even dead yet. That thing is a masterpiece. It's a work of art. If you haven't seen Brock Holt's mustache, do yourself a favor. But I like that number. You think Minnesota was feeling good yesterday after a big win against the team that's on top of their division? Coming home, getting right? Would you be surprised if the Twins had a good time last night? I don't know that happened. I'm just viewing that through my lens. I can tell you what I would have done. So I think this is a coin flip game. And I'm going to parlay it with the Dodgers and end up with a plus 288. If you take the Rangers straight up, you're getting plus 155. But if you parlay it with the Dodgers, you get plus 288. So in my stupid math, I've got that as a coin flip game between the Rangers and the Twins, but I'm getting plus 288. So there we are. That's my game of the day. But you can't pass up on that even money bet on the Giants. They're a lot better than the Rockies. So these things continue to make sense to me. My strategies don't seem off, but the execution has been poor. So it might make sense just to fade your boy. If you've been fading me lately, you're sitting pretty. But enough with that. I want to get into the nitty-gritty. American League East-West Showdown continues. You've got the Rays at the Angels, Glasnow and Ohtani. It is far and away the best matchup of the night. But don't forget to flip over in the same window. You've got Toronto at Oakland. You've got your boy Dallas Braden and Kipe on the call. And then you've got Dwayne and B.A. on the other one. We've got dynamite matchups. Dallas Braden is my favorite individual announcer, and Dwayne and B.A. are my favorite team. No disrespect to Kipe, but it's going to be awesome telecast, awesome games. You couldn't ask for anything better, and we need to market this. This goes into that drum that I've been beating about cross-pollinating the fans, scoreboard watching this early. Don't wait until the end to highlight how cool this is. This is what makes up the season. These little battles. And we've been tracking it, East versus West. These guys are going to be fighting for those wild card spots. And if it ended today, the Mariners would be there in the wild card. Those Mariners. It's just going to be a great series. Baltimore is going to Seattle. I expect Seattle to win these games. They better. They're going to need them. That American League West is loaded. Absolutely stacked loaded. The American League East is as well, in the way that this Jays and Oakland series just seems to be those two teams kind of match up maybe similarly to the way the Rays and A's did as far as caliber and who's going to win. Because frankly, I don't know on that one. Mats and Montas, Eminem tonight, baby. Those guys are going to get after it. What a great slate tonight. I'm pumped. So we expect Seattle to win, but I'm not touching that. I don't know what's going on with Baltimore. I don't have a read on them. They managed to win games that I don't think they'll win. So I'm off on that. And the National League East, I'm cloudy over there. I do not know what's going on in that division at all. Don't have a good read on Baltimore. Don't have a good read on the National League East. Those are my tough spots. But I want to follow up on those rubber matches from yesterday. Minnesota and Seattle both won, and we highlighted that those were important games for those clubs. They really needed to start getting some W's under their belt, and especially if you're out there in the American League West, every single game is going to count, and we need to start focusing on it now. It's exciting. Cleveland takes a series from Chicago, and Giolito was pitching. He hasn't looked good lately. Tigers beat Giolito. That's not a good look for the White Sox. They're in trouble, but I am still picking them in the Central for now. And then I've also got Cincinnati and the Mets with their division wins. Like I said, the East, I have no idea. Cincinnati's gutty. How about Castellanos? 2 bombs and a walk-off. It's a walk-off. Castellanos is the player now that I was hoping he would be when he was with the Tigers. I love watching him. The Reds, I love watching the Reds. I do. But I still have the Brewers out there in the Central. I'm going to finalize all those picks at the end of the show here. But the sweeps. Yankees, Nationals, and Cardinals all got sweeps. And remember, we touched on this yesterday. That's how you move the needle in your division, by sweeping the teams that you're supposed to. And I wouldn't say that Washington was supposed to sweep the Marlins, but they did. Now, the highlight matchup again for the evening, I'm going to go back to it for just a second. Tyler Glasnow at Shohei Ohtani. You've got the modern iteration of Babe Ruth at home versus super stud extraordinaire Tyler Glasnow. This is going to be a fantastic game. We're going to be all over it. But before we go, I want to get those picks. National League East, I'm sticking with the Phillies. And then it's Brewers-Dodgers. I got to get this on tape because I haven't done it yet. And then American League East, as much as it pains me to say it, I'm going Boston. They just look too good, man. It's a good team. Chicago, as bad as they've looked, I'm not coming off it. And then I got to go with Houston. That's the hardest one, I think, to call. That American League West is just going to be a fight all the way through, and we need to follow it. We need to stay on top of that bad boy. It's going to be exciting. Remember, if you're at the Trop and you want a steak, best steak in the city, Bascom's Chop House. Best wine list in the city, Bascom Chop House. It's not my opinion. That's the awards that they win. Go in there, check them out, tell them I sent you. You won't be disappointed. Get at me on Twitter at RyeBread0844. If you want to help me out with a subscribe, I'd really help. That would really help me out. I appreciate it. We'll see you again tomorrow. We're going to do 162.